Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2. We're seeing how the balance designers have improved/ruined the game with another match between the top, well, some of the top 2 players in North America. You know them. You love them. Always entertaining. It is... No. In the bottom right, the Mexican Zerg player. Well known for being not special, but also very good and incredibly entertaining on stream. If you haven't seen some clips, go look them up. Also top Grandmaster. It is JimRising! And in the top left, it is to remain unknown. Wait, do we still have? Yes, it is. Thank you. puCK! The American Protoss from Team Root, always entertaining, sometimes possibly too entertaining for his own good. Oh my. We are on the new balance patch, the end of 2019, for those watching in 2025. There have been some changes between removing the infested Terran and adding the upgradable MICROBIAL SHROUD ability, which reduces damage from air units in an area. Also, charge lots no longer do damage on impact, but they're super fast. So essentially, let's make StarCraft Brood War again. Not too many changes that affect the early game, or the mid game. They're more later game harassment and death ball type of changes, for the most part. All right. So nothing crazy yet. I mean, we watched some puCK matches tonight. If you're just joining us, puCK is he's in a mood. He's in a mood, and that means essentially, no matter what, at some point he's going to make like half a dozen Nexi at random locations on the map, and still probably win the game. A lot of Zerglings on the way here. Was there... How much has Jim seen? He's just seen this weird wall in here. Not a puCK. Deciding to go a little bit further back. The Zerglings will be spotted. He didn't see all of them, but he saw enough that puCK should be very suspicious here. A little sloppy out of Jim to sneak out these Zerglings. Well, if they can actually prevent the wall... Speed is not yet done. You gotta be careful with that adept, but it appears puCK is gonna handle it just fine here. Is there a Baneling nest? No. There's just a bunch of Zerglings. So he's making a bunch of Zerglings. There's another adept on the way. This is optimistic, I'd say at this point. He doesn't know about the Stargate yet, but with an Oracle, multiple Adepts, puCK is already preparing for the Nidus. These two have played many... this could be a problem. The Adept is in the wall. He'll shade away, try to set himself up for success. It looks like the Adept will survive, and some more will cut off reinforcements. Is there enough for a recall? He doesn't have the energy for a recall on any of his bases. So the Oracle will have to come back home. The wall is falling. The warp gate research is done, but the gateways might not actually have time to warp in themselves. It appears Jim's going to back off. The worker count, it kind of speaks for itself. 23 to 40. These Adepts will get taken out, but what do you do now? It's a night assault. As you might expect. But where are you going tonight? Is an important question. If puCK gets too greedy and sends, say, the Oracles across the map and doesn't have them to deal with a Nidus, well, then there could be an actual problem here. But overall, puCK has defended this perfectly. Cybercore goes down. A single Oracle. Is that enough to stop the Nidus? Not quite. A queen? No queen? No queen? The queen didn't come out first. A mistake out of Jim. Whatever goes in first comes out first. It's just the laws of physics or whatever. So... I don't know what the long-term plan is. Oh, yep, that summarizes pretty well. He doesn't either. That answers that question. I may have encouraged Jim too much. With the, cause I'm paying, cause Jim has a limited time, and I'm like, I'll pay per match. He's like, well, how many Zerglings can I make? But I will say, if he cheeses again, and puCK wins, against the Zergling rush, that's not how it works, Jim. All right, we're gonna call it a best of. Oh God. It appears. Oh yeah, puCK didn't switch from Terran. A classic mistake. What a game. We still haven't worked out the issues in the Starcraft. The technology isn't there that if somebody else creates the lobby, then you don't default to Terran. So by default, you see this is Blizzard's racial bias here. By default, you pick Terran when you get into a lobby. It's just first on the list. Something has to be first on the list, right? So if you create the lobby, it will take, if you're a player, it will pick the last race you played. But if somebody else creates the lobby, congratulations, my new Terran friend. And this has been going on for 9 years now and counting. Hoping to see maybe a little bit more flavor. Maybe something that doesn't rhyme with lings. Maybe if we check the forecast real quick. Maybe. Though puCK has been pretty heavy on the Stargate play, puCK is like, how can I take a safe, stable Protoss build and make it super risky and micro-intensive? That is the puCK mantra. You just you have a transformation machine. In goes Immortal Archon, out comes Blinkstalker Oracle. In goes Blinkstalker Oracle, and out comes Disruptor Oracle, War Prism, Phoenix, Templar. Like, it gets worse every time. More spell casting than Hogwarts, if possible, on the Protoss army. Adept. They have pretty stubby legs, don't they? Never noticed. Can't unsee it. Now, there's also an upgrade which I'll admit I'm still kind of confused about. I'm pretty sure the current iteration of the balance test is that the Adept Glaives upgrade allows, like, the Adepts, they do more attack speed for like 5 seconds after they shade, but only after they shade. And otherwise, it's the same as normal attack speed. It's very confusing. So there still needs to be, I think, some clarification done on what is happening with the Adept. We keep trying to make the Adept a late game unit, but good luck. I don't know why, but it seems to be the intent of Blizzard to see the Adept used in more situations. So. Because what Protoss really needs is more very strong harassment units. That's definitely something they struggle with. That was sarcasm, by the way. Just FYI. Oracle comes in, snipes off creep tumors. Another minor change. Creep tumors, once they're spread, cannot be canceled, which is it definitely punishes Zergs who are lazy. So I think we can all get behind that. Even I will. As a lazy Zerg, on frequent occasion, I will get behind punishing lazy Zergs. They deserve it. They do. Let's be honest here. A second Stargate. Here we go. Fuck! Stop! What is this? He's just taking a fourth. Like, I almost reflexively typed it in, like, what the puck? You will get away with this, even at this level sometimes. Sometimes you'll do things that are so greedy or so, I guess, arguably dumb that they'll work out because of that reason. Yeah, so many expansions. Sometimes taking an expansion so early it seems unsafe is the best way to defend it. The same holds true very much with third bases, especially for Protoss. Once the base is done, then you have a lot more opportunity to actually defend it. If you take the base early, that forces a Zerg, for example, to commit, do I want to make a bunch of Zerglings and try to cancel it or kill it? Or do I just kind of have to let it happen and go economically? But if you take it when you feel safe, they likely also feel safe to make enough units while still having the economy at home. So that is something that must be considered. The Zergling's not going to find anything. Hydra's on the way. Hydra's not necessarily a counter to Oracles, but they are a speed bump, for sure. It really does depend on the Oracle count, the engagement angle, whether there's any other buffer, if the Hydras have upgrades, whether Jupiter's in retrograde. Like, there's a lot of factors. Phoenix will scout the Hydraless choice. I mean, it kind of already did earlier, but the commitment is there. Probably, well, there's going to be stasis all over the map. Oh, he turned on all the oracles. That's actually a pretty big mistake. He just lit them all up for a handful of Zerglings, which is a few hundred energy across the board lost for no reason. Minor mistake there. I don't know if Jim noticed, but... Infestation Pit is on the way. 87 probes. 88 to just 63 drones. Jim keeps trying to figure out, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whereas puCK has just been mass expanding and building all of the probes. I don't like... So, Microbial Shroud... Microbial Shroud, the infestor ability that is unlocked, I believe it's Hive, does not reduce the damage of oracles, though. It only reduces attack damage. The oracle's attack is a spell. The pulsar beam is considered, well, it's an ability. And it goes through armor and through Microbial Shroud, which probably should be changed, but... Speaking of oracle's attack, they just melted the fourth base. It just disappeared. It's gone. As a Zerg player, without Aspire, I truly, like, you can make infestors, you can make hydras, but even if all the oracles just disappeared right now, if they just spontaneously combusted, I still don't know if that, with no damage to Jim, I still don't know if that would be a game-winning position. Because now puCK has, like, what, 6 bases? He's got 92 probes. He's got 5 star, got Stargate Command. He's double expanding as a Protoss. So... Alright, Jim. Figure it out for me, because he's getting... No, Microbial Shroud doesn't work against oracles unless I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it... Can we describe the ability? No? No? There's no tooltips for me? Like, it doesn't even work against oracles. It works against, like, Void Rays and Carriers and Tempests. So, I mean, if at some point we have those things, which we may, at some point the infestors become a great enough threat to the oracles that he will probably have to transition into carriers, and then maybe we'll actually... I haven't even seen the animation yet. To be honest, this is not the first person tonight we've seen upgrade it, but I don't even know what it will. I'd imagine it's like a brown or orange blinding cloud. It's a blinding shroud. What happens if you cast, like, can you mix the colors? Let's not get crazy here. Okay. Gotta be careful with those stasis. They don't accidentally trigger while you're taking them out. I mean, like, holy fuck. That is 29 oracles. They're up in your back doracles. I don't, like... There's no corruptors. This is why, if there are no corruptors, good luck. The Microbial Shroud is done. But I think Fungal... Oh, beautiful Fungal! Hold up the recall! But still, a lot of the oracles taken out. And he's gonna get some more. puCK just kind of loses everything, but you're like, what is he replacing his army with? That's a great question. It's 7 more oracles. So... He's upgrading air weapons, like ship weapons, for the ships that can't even use them. There's an Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Jim and puCK always, like... It feels like they're kind of fighting the side of what their opponent is doing. Like they're fighting part of What do I mean by that? Like, the oracles are not going to end the game. But at the same time, without a Spire, does Jim actually expect to win with ground units? Like, he's making an Ultralisk Cavern. He's going for the El Chapo Lisks. But, against mass air, it's not going to do it. Or is it? I don't... We've seen it. I've seen it before. Jim's made it work before, but almost despite the weaknesses of these units, not because of them. That's a lot. How many? He's got 28 oracles again. There's almost as many oracles as Hydras. There are 10 infestors, though. So now we're having this game. puCK has not as much money in the bank as I would have thought. That's partially because he lost all those oracles earlier. In fact, Jim has only lost 3 Hydras, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh my, what am I, like, I was already zoomed out. What am I watching? He casts Microbial Shroud, which does nothing, because it's spell damage, and also I can't see anything. It definitely, it shrouds the units from being seen by anyone. So obviously Jim didn't get the memo on that one. Wow, that is a very dramatic and way over the top animation. Holy. So that's what it looks like. That was pretty disgusting. They pulled that right out of the Diablo 4 trailer. I'm just gonna chime in with a fun... Sorry, Jim. Nice. No bueno. It's a little late for that to be useful information, but... GG. puCK finishes it. 2-0. Against JimRising, who demonstrated how not to use Microbial Shroud for us, which was very kind of him. But still, some fun matches. Thank you for watching. If this ends up on YouTube, like and subscribe and all that. And what do you think? I think the real highlight is what is up with that animation. Like, what's going on there? I don't know. You tell me.